but we're not gonna lie and act like that men
Like we don't know what's
go
going
back
on.
with women that been cheating on them. So
Welcome back to our podcast, guys. We are your hosts, Natasha
And Steph.
back with another episode like every week, and we have a special guest. Super excited.
thank you, y'all far too kind. Nah, it's Rashaan Ali from 8 at the Table and two more than 98 podcasts.
Fire.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored to even be here, to be invited out.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah, I'm
for
very
being
excited.
yes.
Y'all was really dope on 8 at the Table because y'all came on the show. Just y'all energy, y'all vibe in
Nah,
general.
yeah,
like
yeah.
y'all really dope people. Like more than anything.
Thanks, we appreciate
That's what
it.
at least what I observe. I don't know.
Outside of the
Maybe y'all boyfriends might say something different.
Before we get to know Rashaan, we do want to give you guys a thank you, a shout out as always. I say this on every episode. You guys are amazing. The support is crazy. The likes, the comments. Keep them going. Keep telling a friend and keep telling the side piece.
The situationships, you know,
Everybody.
your mom, your grandma, your sister, your brother, everybody.
Yeah.
Not the kids, but, you know, we here.
Yeah, we here. Okay, I'm excited. Let's start. Let's get into it.
Most
Okay.
definitely.
So you are an artist, an author, okay? You're into real estate as well. And as you said, you're part of the show 8 at the Table and 2 MT.
Which means 2 more than 98. So we keep it 100.
Ah!
Right? So I wouldn't say, I mean, yes, I guess they would say like you got to say you're an artist, but I won't look at it. I just use music for therapy.
Oh.
It's more so I'm not looking to get a deal. I'm not looking to do anything. Like it just comes with, you know, of me vent. I'm pretty much venting. I'm pretty much able to whatever is on my mind for me to speak it. And because like I grew up a little bit of anger management problems, right? I would
Really?
deal with anger management. So when
You give me, like,
Chill vibes.
Zen
Yeah,
vibes.
that's what I'm like,
how
what?
did we get here?
now, but I'm saying you seeing the
new and improved.
100%. You seeing that part, but I'm far from perfect, right? And I think that like that's what helped me calm down really a lot. Like I fell in love with music. Music is just in me and my family. I have an ear for it, so I'm just venting pretty much.
That's still art, though. That's an artist right there. Because, listen, I can't write music for shit. Like, I can't putting things into words.
Right, I ain't no artist.
I have too many tabs open, and I don't know how to put them into words, so I just, be stuck.
Yeah,
So that's-
100%. So I guess they keep saying, "Bro, you an artist." I'm like, nah, it's just therapy. I just take it as therapy more so than
okay.
anything.
And you have a song out. It's called Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child. I came up with the concept. Me and my cousin, we was in the car, and we called it Destiny's Child because we took the name of the title of their songs. I grew up listening to Destiny's Child,
Same,
right?
same.
So Destiny.
Wait for my people in the back, who too young for this. Destiny's Child, put some respect, right? Some respect. That's, Beyonce.
Put some respect on Michelle,
Kelly
and
Rowland,
yeah,
don't
and the
play.
other sisters that was a part of the group in the beginning.
Facts,
regardless
of
of the
course.
fact, but mostly everybody know Michelle,
Yeah.
Kelly, and
Right.
B, right? So I just start putting the names of the songs in the bars, but it just happened to be like a real conversation that I done had in my past.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I
Right.
can't put that shit into words.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
How is that creative process? Like, does it take you days, hours, minutes? Like,
Nah,
how is that?
I only make music off of feeling. I don't force anything. Now, if you pay me
Right.
to write a record for you,
That's not forcing it,
right?
That's
Yeah,
work.
like,
That's work.
I got you. Like I
gotta do
got
what you gotta do.
But the music that I create for myself is all off of feeling. I only create for feeling. If I like to tell stories. Everything that I say, I lived it, I experienced it. Or if I didn't experience firsthand, I watch my friends experience it secondhand, right?
That's fine.
That's the approach that I take when it comes to making music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I told you before this started that shit hit home. That song, I was like, damn, I feel like I've been in this toxic relationship, because it is about like a toxic relationship. Like she's trying to leave him.
yeah, it's all right. So my cousin got his own toxic situation. He started off beautifully. I mean, what better intro than how the way he started off. She replies, bills, bills, bills. That's what she say to me, right? So, but it's like this battle in a relationship that you have. Sometimes things is going good.
Yep.
You get in an argument and you heading out, and regardless, she sleeps in your t-shirt. I mean, I know y'all got a couple t-shirts laying around.
What you mean a couple?
You throw your man t-shirt on when he's not there, right? Or if you don't got a man that your boo-boo stinks thing.
You think
So somebody, I think on live somebody say the one who you really like the most. Put it like that.
Okay.
Now we know. Now all of a sudden it's clear.
Yeah,
Who we talking about?
That's crazy too. That's another topic, but
We're gonna talk about that later.
But yeah, and it's just like, so now you out running and ripping and running, and she like, where you at? She always accusing you with another. You don't even have to be with another woman, but that's like you not making her feel secure. So she think if it's not her, it's someone else, because we live in a toxic environment of online. They saying if he not with you, he's got to be with another woman.
Memes.
Yeah, 100%. So you got all that going, and then next thing you know,
Why he can't just be chilling playing video games?
or why can't he just be busting his behind trying to make sure ends meet, working and making sure y'all good, right? So then now she might have been a pregnant process, because this is a real when my ex-wife was pregnant with my oldest daughter. That's what was happening with me. Like, I'm grinding. Like I was forced, something clicked, and I was out grinding. And it wasn't me being with another woman. It was me actually really working. And then right after we had my twins, right? She was pregnant again with my twins. And it was like, soon as you had the baby, it was, you was just breastfeeding, pumping and pumping. Now you in the club and it's jumping and jumping, right? The song jumping by Beyonce and them. But it's really the truth.
Yeah.
And yeah, so these is real things that
you experience.
Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy.
I'm glad that we have a male perspective on this, because usually you only hear like women's side, or at least for us, it's more popular for women to be expressive about how they feel when it comes to dealing with relationship and things like that. But because men, I don't know if they don't have an escape of where to go to, or like they don't know what therapy is, or they don't believe in it.
Nah, we just talk about it in the barbershop.
We didn't know that. We didn't know that.
Listen, no, they don't invite us to the barbershop.
Because talking about what goes on is like you weak or something like that. It's that culture of saying like, if you handle or do or talk about certain things, then means you're not secure as a man. Sometimes we need it's not that we're not secure with ourselves. We're talking about it. We're actually mapping it out. We're doing the math. We actually saying, all right, I have a problem here. And as you talking about it, now you came up with the solution. So this is the things that happen. And I encourage fellas, it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to go see a therapist.
Amen. From my people in the back.
And 100%. And I think that's very, very important for us to do that. It doesn't make you weak. It's weak that you don't confront it.
Facts.
Because no matter how much you try to run from it and you trying to bury it, in this book called The Body Keeps a Score.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this book called The Body Keeps a Score. Actually, Alan's sister, the one that gave me that book.
Shout out to Alan's sister.
Yeah, shout out to Marie for sure. She's our honorary host for 2 More Than 98. But
what?
Yeah, she gave me that book, and he said in that book that as much as you try to bury your traumas and bury things deep underneath your conscious, that the body, you can't run from it. Eventually comes out.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, and now the more you bury it, you don't realize the people that's around you that have to deal with you have to deal with the effects of it. And you might not know that you're acting a certain way. You might not know because you're so tight. Everything is you got an attitude quick, the whole 9 yards. And those coming from because you're so frustrated and buried, got so much baggage underneath that you're not clearing your luggage out. You know what I'm saying? You got to clear that thing out. It's okay to talk about it.
Yeah, we're all human, and just like women talk about, their problems and all that stuff, men should too. Like, and I feel like they don't get bashed only by women. Sometimes it's also like parents, like how you grew up. Like, I feel like a lot, it comes from like dads and moms. Like, why are you crying? Like, you're a man. Right. You're a boy. You shouldn't cry. Boys don't cry, type of thing. So.
Yeah, no, we hear that all the time, but boys don't cry, and that's far to be from the truth. Just because I used to cry right before I was whipping somebody's ass. I'm dead serious. Right before a fight, I start tearing, and I start tearing. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but right? I don't know. But yeah, right before I start duffing somebody out, I was crying, duffing you out. I'm dead serious. Like, so it is what it is because you're getting all of that frustration out, all of that anger out. And
that's dangerous. So especially in a fight.
My friends and I were actually talking about this today. How like it's okay to cry and crying is beneficial. And I'm like, yo, I be scheduling my shit because like I can't be crying out here at work. Like they don't pay me enough for this shit. But once I'm off the clock and I'm home, like I gotta schedule my session. And you're not less of a woman or less of a man because you're crying.
And you're working on a book, or it's already out?
Oh no, the book is already written.
Oh.
So it's a 4. All right.
What's the name of this book, Crystal?
So the head title of the book, a 4-book series, actually, is called The Journey of Self-Actualization.
Oh, I like that.
And the first book of 4 is called I'm Healing. That's a subtitle. I'm Healing for the first book. It drops on my birthday, March 30th.
Aries,
of this 2022 year.
I'm an Aries too.
I am.
And okay, so that's why I say I know that's why I like you. But so yeah, and this first title is I'm Healing, and the purpose of this book is because so many people feel alone when they're going through trials. They feel like that trial of overcoming and healing and trying to heal and accept that you have a problem. Mm-hmm. See, accountability is allergic to the immature mind.
Oh, that's dope. That's a quote.
That's a tough thing.
Yo, tap that
accountability.
Accountable? That's
it's
people. Not easy.
People with the immature mind is allergic to accountability.
They run from it.
When you see. You can hear it when you hear someone, when the minute that they start talking about an issue with someone else, the first thing that they talk about is what?
You did it, or it's your
someone else did it, right?
Yeah.
But if you let them talk long enough, let them get it all out, and let them talk in circles over and over again. It might be a good 5 hours doing that. But eventually, after they exhaust of blaming someone else, guess what they start pointing the finger at?
They start realizing.
They start realizing the part that they played. That's later on, though. But if you don't let them get the venting out, they never going to see themselves. And sometimes still, because even pointing the finger at themselves, but have you accepted? See, acknowledging something is one thing. You ever been in an argument with someone? Yeah, I was wrong with such and such, but you start hearing the but. That means they haven't accepted their accountability part. Yeah, so they want you to brush over their wrongdoings and just say, I was affected by what you did to me. And it's tough because it takes real self-evaluation of yourself and listen, I'm wrong. And I'm going to stand on the square. I'm going to allow you to say whatever you need to say. And even if I do have a problem with you, right now is not the time. I caused the hurt. I was a part of this. I'm going to deal with, and it's not for you. It's for me. I need to be able to take criticism I need to be able to
that's
take
true.
someone saying something that I hurt them without me trying to put the blame back on them. Because yes, it takes two to tangle.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get to you.
Right.
But when I can deal with and accept my wrongdoings myself, then and I allow you to go on, you can go on. And it might not be next week. It might not even be 2 weeks. But obviously, I don't want to waste my breath when I'm talking to you. So right now, you still point a finger at me. So that means even if only thing that's going to happen when I start telling you what you did wrong is you're going to become defensive. Now I'm wasting my breath.
Argument.
Now it's an argument and I'm wasting my breath. So I'm satisfied knowing that I acknowledge my wrongdoings, I accepted my wrongdoings, and I'm trying to restore what I have done to you, the hurt that I have done to you. Now, you don't have to accept my apology or whatever how I'm trying to restore the situation to make things right. You don't have to accept it. But that's between you and your God or whatever you believe in.
Right.
That's your own self-dealing. But I know I'm good within myself because I tried and I was sincere of trying to restore something and I did. Now, once I go through those process and then I can get you or find the proper time, because it's going to be an opening. When you can find the proper time, then I will come and says, now, whatever the case may be, then I can slide in gentle, right? Gently to you about, do you see X, Y, and Z? Or sometimes life will bring up a situation.
Yep.
Oh, that's true.
Sometimes, like, if you allow time, let life play out long enough, sometimes people just want to get their point across right then and there, but sometimes it's not necessary.
Yeah.
So this book is showing dealing with yourself, going way back to your childhood, because your story starts at home. And, maybe you're not affectionate because you didn't get affection in the house. Mm-hmm. Maybe your dad, you don't know how to take affection from a man because your dad wasn't there and he wasn't affectionate to you or showed you what affection looks like, right?
Yeah.
Or on the male part, maybe your mom wasn't affectionate because every time she looked at you, she thought about your dad and your dad wasn't there. Or maybe she was just working, busting behind too much, trying to make sure you had the best clothes and food in your mouth and you had everything that you need. That she didn't have. She had to play two roles.
Yeah.
So she didn't have time. She had to shut that part down within her. Not that she didn't have it in her, but she had to shut it down because she wearing many different hats.
Right.
And so then now you grow up as a man, you're not affectionate, but your woman who yearns affection, who might grew up in a household who got the affection.
Yeah.
So then now these are how things happen. So then now you're not affectionate enough like she wants. So then now she's seeking affection from someone else because she sees someone else. So these is a whole bunch of things that happen that we really had to reevaluate ourselves.
And that we don't realize.
And we don't because we don't.
So you talk about some of these scenarios in your book, your first book?
Definitely.
Oh,
and
nice.
some of this is for the second book. And some of this, so it's different. Again, it's for books, but I'm just giving you an idea how the depths of looking at yourself. And I think the more that I look at myself and being open at looking at myself, making myself vulnerable, it might help other men first for me, helping other men to be more vulnerable and search for themselves. And, then women also can search down. Normally women have a good sense
self-awareness.
Not all the way, but I would say y'all analyze yourselves early on. Before boys do, right? Or men do. We grow into that, right? So, but yeah, hopefully I can help someone. Even if I help one person, then my job was done.
No. I feel like he helping me. I'm not even a guy.
I haven't even read the book yet. And I'm like, damn, I need to do that. Okay?
Right?
Yeah. And
I'm like, I'm an audio book it. Like, it's lit as soon as it drops.
Even like me opening up and evaluating myself helps me with my daughters, listening to them.
Are you only a girl dad or?
I'm only a girl dad.
How does that?
I have
how do
3
you
daughters
feel
by my
about
ex-wife. I'm good, but I definitely want some boys. I want more children. Y'all want some brothers?
It's a hard no.
Brother?
It's a hard no.
It's a hard no.
No.
But yes, they do. Listen, well, they gonna get them. But But eventually, like it helps me. I just don't want to give them no excuses.
Right.
Right. I want to be the dad that's showing them the right
Like
way.
leading by example.
Leading by example. Even the way how I'm not perfect, but even the way how I talk to their mom, I want them to see it, because this is how a man should talk to you, and this is how men should talk to a woman in general.
Yeah.
So I want to set those examples and showing them. I want to show them how to carry themselves and what men are looking at. I want them to be serious.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to take themselves serious. And I know people like, well, we grow up with our parents say, you in your 20s, enjoy yourself, you're young. And then
that's what the guys get. The women don't get that.
I heard a lot of I was about to say, I heard a lot of moms say that worry about school, focus on school, travel, the whole 9 yards, because when you get in a relationship, things change.
Oh, when you have a kid,
right?
Get in a relationship.
That's what we get.
Yeah, or when you have a kid, things change. Now, but that doesn't teach both men and women to be serious.
Yeah.
Like the steps of courting, I think that you want to be serious. It's so, listen, I just came back from Colombia. And I wish that I had a partner with me.
In Colombia?
100%.
We went like on a girls trip and we loved it. We liked that we didn't have no partner.
Yo, I could be with my friends. As much as I hang with my friends, I love my friends. You can do the guy thing. All that is dope. Don't get nothing to it. I'm not saying I'm gonna have fun regardless.
Yeah.
Right. It's Colombia.
But it's different it's different learning. I was with the Kokanoka tribe up in Kokanoka, Cauca. So like it's this tribe with a volcano at this mountain with the hot springs and all of that. Ooh. And that learning experience, I wish I had a partner with me. Oh. Like it's much building memories together with a life partner for the rest of my natural life. The person that I can be taking a shower with and we talking about what we just learned. That's different. Yeah. It's totally different. Yeah. Your best friend, right? And I yearn for things like that. Like I yearn for things like that, but also at the same time, I'm in my healing stage and reaching certain checkpoints that I could be a better person, a better man for my next wife.
Hey, a king. I like that you are, showing your daughters, like king energy, so that when they grow up and they start dating and they start getting into that world, they're like, oh no, like I didn't see this growing up. This is a natural, like this toxicity that I'm experiencing is not it for me. Like I'm out. They don't get used to that. They might
have seen a little bit, but
they see more of the untoxic.
No, I 100%. But everything has pros and cons to it. So even a right decision has a downside to it. You gain stuff and you lose stuff, right? That's life. So you might not doing the right thing. You might not lose a lot. But there is something that you scraping away. Of course. So, and that's just the way how life is in general.
I think it's all about how you handle all of that. Like what you lose, when you win, when you lose, when you're at the top, when you're at the bottom. It's just how you handle it, your attitude towards it. Because, listen, it's tough out here, okay?
Yeah, it's lonely at the top.
What they say, your attitude determines your altitude, right? Yeah. So, you're right about that.
So you are on a show called 8 at the Table. How did that start? How did you get into it? They hit you up. They was like, yo.
It took Alan a long time to convince me to get it.
Really?
First of all, I didn't even want to do this. None of this.
What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. This fun. No. He means like into...
No, I'm talking about just in front of the cameras in general.
I feel you.
My personality screams it. No, it's the truth. I'm a people's person.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say that, yes.
But I really like being behind the scenes and just getting the money.
I feel like what you say screams it. Like the way you speak. Like you're very like, you say what's in your mind and you know how to say it. I feel like that's what...
Yeah. When we were at 8 at the Table, we were talking about like auras, people's auras, or like the golden ratio, your like how attractive you are to people, and you had like a lot of great points to say. And I was like, oh,
Yeah, like you listen. Like, you're
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah,
because
because he was quiet the whole time, and then that subject came up, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I just so that's my personality.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he used to come into the barbershop. We have these great topics, and you know, I guess he had a magazine company before. Not, I guess he did have a magazine company before, and then it turned out slowly but surely, I guess, and this is what he wanted to do, and it came out to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
And
Shout out to Alan, man.
you know, shout out to A. He convinced me, took a long time for him to convince me, because I'm like, man, I want to learn the real estate. Teach me the real estate, this, that, and the third. And
Which you're doing as well.
Yeah, 100%. And that him and his brother taught me, Richard. And so I wanted to be behind the scenes, because like my big brother, his name Brother Hassan, he's like that. Like, he cool, old school cat. You know, he Muslim. But he from the streets. Cool as heck, and he
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But he's like, he get to it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like that.
He's like reserved.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But he has a personality that when he speaks gems, everything that comes out of his mouth is gems. And everything that comes out of his mouth is it's gems, and I wanted to be just like that, like, right? Good, great mentor. He's a father, the whole 9 yards. So that's what I was trying to pattern myself out.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's like every time, everything keeps bringing me back to like in front of the camera, because I was in front of the camera as a teenager. I was in front of the camera as an adolescent. Like, it was. I don't know, man. I don't know what God got for me, but I just know. Yo, speaking of people, talking to people just like, yo, bro, hearing other people saying like you're a people's person. So I eventually gave up.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a time that I was down. I was just getting a divorce, and I was like really depressed. And Ate at the Table was definitely dope for me to vent in the best of manner. And I got challenged because I never put my children's mother in a negative light.
Yeah.
Right? I never really went in, though it'd been plenty of topics that I wanted to say certain things, but I had to curb how I said it and had to become more of a statesman in front of the camera. So I was getting my practice on right in front of the camera, and making sure I keep her in a good light. And
that's important.
Yeah, that's very important. I mean, that's my children. What my children they smart now. They jump on phones. They gonna hear daddy talking bad about mommy. I'm not about to do none of that.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. And not only that, what I'm gonna do, like in the end, like, I'm a part of the problem. Whatever we had going on, I was a part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so.
And it affects them in the future.
100%. I mean, shoot, it's going to affect you. First and foremost, it's going to affect you. Forget outside.
Yeah.
It's going to affect you as a person.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of things that our parents did when we were younger, in many ways, affected us. So
100%. I mean, you live and you learn, right?
Yeah. Like my parents, they both have always had like great things to say about each other. And I'm like, wow, like, this is gross. Like, this is it.
Yeah, 100%.
So that affected me like in great ways. Because if I wouldn't have had that experience, I don't know how I would view my mom, or I don't know how I would view my dad. But I view both of them in like great light, even though they're not together. But yeah,
you know the power of a woman, of a mother. You made me just think. I remember I was listening to a lecture, and the power of a mother, how she dictates the way how children view their father for a long time.
that's true.
I'm gonna give you two scenarios quickly. You can have a dad that's with the mom, healthy. Dad works all the time though, because y'all not financially stable. So your dad is not in the house, but the mom is raising y'all. She don't have to work. So dad is making enough money to feed y'all and clothe y'all and everything. He works, he comes home, he gives her the money. She's better in distributing it, right? Now, why he's constantly away, you don't see him. And the mom is saying every time you get out or you have cheerleader practice or games and your dad's never there. And then one day you have the nerve to tell your dad, you never there, this, and the third. And the mom, end up cursing you out. Don't talk to your dad like that. Tell your fathers, making sure that we okay, X, Y, and Z. Or around the house, you'll never hear her say nothing negative about your father. So these times go up, and then now you become a young woman, and then you see a man, and you be like, listen, my dad always worked. My father made sure he did X, Y, and Z for us. Now, this is a dad that wasn't home now. So then now let's take the same scenario. But the mom is miserable. And that the dad is not there. So she don't get affection like she's supposed to. She don't get, baby, I love you all the time like she wants. She sees that she's raising little girls. So every now and again you hear her on the phone, yeah, that nigga ain't this, he ain't that, this, and the third. Planting seeds, negative seeds about the father in the mind of the mother. I mean, in the mind of the children. But the father's still taking care of business. Right? On the front, because remember, y'all not financially stable. Y'all had these babies together. They had these babies together, and he has to take care of his responsibility. So he neglects other responsibilities to make sure y'all have food over on the table. But then now, you hear, and then when you be like, Dad, why you never had the what's the name? And then she like, yeah, you work too much. This, and the third, she's complaining. Yeah. So now the children grows up and says, I wish my dad was home more. I wish my dad X, Y, Z. It's a negative thought in the mind. So the power that a mother holds in raising the children is so much powerful, which is, I say that as men, make sure that for one, you should be married, but your children's or your child's mother, that you have, or always the right light is coming from her mouth and her mind reflecting to your children. Because a mother she can make, we're taught that your woman could be your heaven or she could be your hell. So it's all
happy wife, happy life.
It's all depending on the way how someone handles trials. You have one mother who handled trials in one way, and you have one woman who handled trials in another way. I could give my mom credit. The negative light that I had for my dad never came from my mom. That's something, because a child, you don't need to prove to your child who did what, because the child sees it. When as you get older, you reflect, mommy was there, mommy did this, daddy did that. You don't need to bring nothing negative onto the mind of the child. Yeah. And so I can never contribute that to my mom. At the end of the day, my mom always say never stop my dad from trying to come get us or anything like that. She did what she had to do. So I just wanted to.
So choose your baby mama and your baby daddy wisely.
Or choose your husband and wife wisely.
Wait, because you keep circling.
That one is better. Forget what I said. That one's better.
You keep circling back to that. Why do you have to be married to have children? Like, because, we, at least like millennials, like, some grow up and they're like I feel married already to babe.
That's because they never been married before.
Oh, that's true. But how come you say have to? Like,
because it makes the family more. One, everyone respects it better. You yourself respect it better. A woman and a man change as soon as you say I do. No matter how you can be. I was with their mother for 10 years before we got married. The minute that we got married, everything changed. The pressure, I really felt pressure. And I'm sure she did too.
You felt pressure after you got married?
Yeah, not before.
Oh.
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, men, I don't care. Men could cap, because I see a lot of capping going on the internet.
A lot.
This game.
Yo, don't be capping, man. We want the truth. Yo, we tired of the lies.
I see a lot of men run game and act like, nah, baby, that's the white man's white man's certificate. And you don't need to actually have a certificate, but at least have a contract to protect your woman, right?
Yeah, the white man's certificate.
Nah, for real. I mean, obviously they created it, that part, but marriage as an institution in general, right? you know, they want to run from that because he can leave you whenever he want to leave you. Not that he can't even leave you during a divorce, but during a divorce is having a divorce. They say, psychologists say, is equal to losing a parent. I'm talking about the hurt.
Oh,
we talk about the hurt
process.
The hurt process. You change. It's so. Because now you got people, first of all, the court's job is to mediate it, try to keep y'all together. You going through so much. Y'all hated, you at a hating stage, the whole 9 yards. You got people in your ear. It's so much that goes on in a divorce that is, you know, I wish that on no one.
Yeah.
I really wish that on no one. So, because, you know, y'all supposed to have made a commitment.
Yeah.
And regardless of whatever the case may be, why you got a divorce, you know, it's still dreadful. It's like a dreadful thing to go through.
Because when you go into getting married, you don't go into it like, oh, we're gonna get divorced. You know, you go into it.
But
like,
I think a lot of people
married is forever.
Are more afraid of the divorce than the marriage. Like, I feel like that goes, like, you think about those things, like, even if you don't want to.
Nah, if I'm about to get married, I'm not thinking about getting divorced. Like, never.
But you never know.
I'm going to give you a prime example of what happened or why that it's a difference. I say it's a must. When my ex-wife was pregnant with my oldest daughter, right? We in the hospital. And the doctor came in. I'm regulating anything. I'm like, listen, we don't want no shots. We don't do X, Y, Z, this, and third. So this white doctor come in there talking about, who is this? You know, excuse me, sir, we got this. We asking her. I said, no, we already done said. And I said, she's in pain. Why would you ask her for any drugs? The only thing in her mind is ease. She wants the pain to go away. But she already committed ahead of time. We both spoke to the doctors ahead of time and signed off that we not taking no epidural the whole 9 yards. He says, excuse me, sir, you can leave this and third. I said, that's not my girlfriend. That's my wife. Everything changed. Everything changed.
The respect.
The whole respect is totally different.
Yeah.
So you're saying society values it more than, like, oh, that's my girl? Or...
But even yourself. See, it starts with the self first.
Oh, yeah.
Because you would never change after you said I do if you didn't. It's your woman like, oh, I got him. Even your woman, check. And when the children come, checkmate. Like, that's like the way. It's over. No matter how much you say you didn't want marriage, which is only a very... people be making it seem like that's like a whole bunch of women who don't want marriage. Stop the shenanigans. That's a lie. It's only it's only a selective few, small number, you know, and even I don't care if you tell me 20%, that's 80% of women who really want marriage.
Yeah.
So stop the shenanigans. So we don't speak about the exceptions to the rule. Let's deal with the majority. Majority of women wants to get married. And I think majority of men wants to get married. They just don't want their pockets to be affected, if anything. That'd be the
they
thing.
Want to get married with a prenup.
Yeah.
It's also like custody with the kids and stuff like that. All that stuff.
Because we lose.
Yeah.
We live in a society. I seen Judge Judy says on what's the name I had posted
Not
up.
just Judy.
She said because our women are taught that, yeah, you know, when something happened, you automatically assume, like, these are my babies. Judge Judy said, no, y'all had them together. You didn't make it by yourself.
True.
Yeah.
Right? But
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw
and
that.
so people, and I understand because, you know, this is your, you know, y'all held them for 9 months, et cetera, et cetera. You didn't make that baby by yourself. That baby that you love, you had to get half those chromosomes from your man.
That's
so
true.
at the end of the day, that's our child. And you don't automatically just get the, what's the name, even though some judges treat you that way. Some, you know, probation officers and police might treat you that way through the system. However, men, you got to know your rights.
Facts.
You gotta know your
Yo,
rights.
that's book 3, yo.
And we need
tell these men they rights, yo.
And lastly, I want to say I seen a woman post this, and yes, I always say dads fight for your child, but we also need to start telling our women, why does the man has to fight for their child in the first place? Why are you making it hard for him to see his child? Why are you making it hard for him to get
Kids
his child?
need their dads in their life.
That's not just your child. grow up, let that hurt go, and if y'all not together, co-parent. It's not just your child.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that.
Do you want to hit? Okay, so let's get into different vibe, okay? So we're gonna get to know you in a very different way. Do you want to hit him with the fun facts first before I hit him with the trendies? Because the trendies relate to all that.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, the fun facts.
Whatever y'all want to.
Fun.
I'm open book. Whatever y'all want to ask me, I'm good.
It's lit.
I enjoy.
All
the
right,
vibe.
so y'all know I get my fun facts from Uber Facts. Chris Sanchez been holding us down for like 2-3 years already. Like, so keep doing your thing.
And you don't fact check, but
right, y'all can fact check with him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is. Did you know that about 80% of the world's population lives in less than $10 a day?
Say that again.
About 80% of the world's population lives in or lives with less than $10 a day. So,
hold on, wait.
80% of the world's population. So, 7 billion of us, 80% of that lives with less than $10 a day.
Wow.
less than $10 a day.
80% of the population
Shit.
Of the world. Yes. Lives with less than $10.
Lives with
Daily.
less than $10 a day.
Daily?
And we out here like, yo, we need to raise that minimum wage. Yeah, this shit ain't cutting it.
Damn,
Nah, that's crazy. 80%
than,
is a lot. 80% is a lot.
I like...
Well,
Like, I feel blessed that I'm part of, like, the 20%, but I'm also, like, sad that there's so many, like, that are not as blessed as me.
Well, let's spin this diamond a little bit.
Right.
Because at first, when I'm hearing it, the first thing that I think about is that's sad. And it's still sad. Yeah. However, I like me coming back from Colombia, I spent more time with the natives than I did with the Hispanics, right? Mm-hmm. And man, the natives, they eat from their backyard. In fact, in Colombia in general, like even I was just pulling fruits off the tree and just eating.
That's like
that's DR too.
So,
we love it.
So like, that might be true, but people who I think they said the most people are that's depressed is the people with money as well. Like they just as depressed as people. Just because you got money don't mean that you ain't depressed. Some people value life differently.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's still sad though. I'm not gonna hold you. Ain't no way of looking at that.
The daily kills me because like maybe a day, you know,
right.
One day out of the week, but like nah, that's
every
crazy.
day.
$10.
Do you think that's people just not knowing how to like manage their money? That's definitely that, right?
Definitely.
It could be that. It could be like based on their like geological points in the world. Like for example, if you're in Africa, in the countries that have like civil wars within each other, or like wars within the different countries in Africa, like it might be because of that. Some people, for example, Haiti, like if you are in DR and you have a kid.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
Let me just do the math real quick. You know what? See, that's a funny statement because it says $10 a day.
Less than
$10 a day. However,
so let's do $9.
Nah, but in Colombia alone, right? So $10, right? Hold on, let me see something. Times 3,500, right? That's 35,000 pesos, right? Mm-hmm. In Colombia, right? Mm-hmm. So you saying people have living less than 35,000? I can see that because you can eat good in Colombia for 15,000 pesos.
Yeah.
So you didn't need that's $10 of American money. You got to think about a lot of countries is worth more money in a country.
That's true.
So they
like
say,
in DR too.
So me doing the math, it's like, all right, that it's a lot of variables that goes with that. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to do the play devil's advocate a little bit.
Yeah.
But in Europe, it's not gonna work out like that.
Oh no,
euros is different than dollars.
Euros cost more.
Yeah.
And in Dubai.
That's true.
Yeah.
Facts. No, but I was saying about Haiti, like if you have a kid, if you're Haitian and you have a kid in DR, some like the government, they won't give them like citizenship, Dominican citizenship, because for some reason they just won't. So, but Haiti won't give them citizenship because they weren't born in Haiti, they were born in DR. So it's like you don't even have a country. You're like countryless. Mm-hmm. And that's not the only place that it happens in some parts of Africa as well. So like due to that fact, you might be like stuck in a camp where, you know, people who are countryless or stateless go to, and they don't have resources. You might like be in arid weather where it doesn't rain. You don't have any natural resources for you to go to. So it's tough out here.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
All right, my last fun fact is this. Did you know that the average single male changes his sheets just 4 times a year, according to a survey in 2013?
Just 4 times a year?
Single man, though.
Okay.
I have hope for my married man.
Talk
and,
to
you
us.
know,
Talk to
my
us,
people's in a
Rashaan.
relationship.
He's counting how many times he changed it.
I wash my sheets every week.
Okay, so he's one of the few.
My mom didn't play that. First of all, I got like 8 different sheet sets. That's first of all. But you know, the funny part now, I'm really thinking about it. I still, even though I wash my sheets every week, I only use the one sheet set.
I mean, if
Like
it's washed.
I got
you
like
wash
6,
it, let it
7
dry,
of them. Yeah, I
put
got
it
like,
back.
and I just don't change the color. Like I just keep this. Yeah, that's crazy.
As long as it's washed, it's fine.
Right.
Every
But
week.
why 4 times a year? Is it like every season? Like every 3 months?
They want to start new.
You know,
gotta
men logic, like, well, I don't get in my bed unless I'm clean, so these sheets will stay clean. That's a lot. I can see men thinking like that. I mean, that's a logical way of
this
trying
man-
to
There's a lot
think.
of men that's true. That they
But I'm
don't
not. But
lay
I'm
on their
not.
bed.
Like, because you gotta think about it. Like, you taking a shower.
It's not me,
I don't get in
but
with
I see
outside
it.
clothes.
Yeah,
you
they
know what I
don't
mean.
eat on
Like,
the bed. There's
yeah,
a
I
lot,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah, so
true.
I'm just saying.
It's not
That
you,
ain't
it's
me.
Not you.
It's
Yeah.
not me. But I can see.
He got 8 she says. That might be him. He said that's not right.
Oh, bro.
Why y'all don't think? Why men don't think like yes, it's clean, but it could be cleaner. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
if I
yeah.
change it every 2 weeks, every month or so, like
I mean, that's the value of a woman.
I just like how it
When
feels.
you build the house, she makes it a home.
right.
You buy some sheets, she gonna ask you to buy 3 or 4 more. She's gonna
That's right.
switch it every week, and
That's why they said single.
because then now because what we didn't think about is this. Now your woman gonna say, you might be clean every time you get in the shower. I mean, get in the bed, but when you go to sleep, toxins come out your body.
That's
and
true.
it's getting in your sheets. So now the women we like, oh, I didn't think about that, right? So that's why you need a companion to challenge you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Y'all challenge each other, and so y'all can grow together.
Right.
I agree with them.
So yeah, so those are my fun facts.
They were fun. Okay, so let's get into some trending topics. This one relates to what we were talking about earlier. I saw it on TikTok, and a man was asked. They didn't say his name or anything like that. It was just like his voice. That's what you could hear. What does it mean to be a man? So I'm going to ask you that after I tell you what he answered. His response was, it means no matter what you do, it's never good enough.
What? I'm sorry.
How is that funny?
I should have never laughed. Not because okay.
That was not the reaction. All right. Look at his face.
I
No, I'm laughing because
I felt that.
I'm laughing because that's not true. That's not true.
It's giving
like,
facts right now.
Everything they do is not good enough. That's not true. That's why I'm laughing.
That was just the first one, though. So.
I mean, you speaking from a woman's point of view. He said, "What it doesn't mean for it to be a man. We
Yeah.
walking in these shoes. Hold on,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. We're supposed to pay for dinner. We're supposed to open doors. We're supposed to help them carry heavy stuff. It means your mental health does not matter. Male suicides make up 3 times the amount of female suicides, and we don't open up about our problems because no one fucking cares. Sorry. They automatically think that you could possibly be a predator. Women can easily divorce us, take our money and our kids, and if a woman is unhappy in a relationship, that's also a problem. Our problem.
That's
So, November was actually men's mental
health.
health month, and we're still November. This might air in December, but that's in November.
but ride with us.
Exactly. So, what does being a man mean to you? And do you have any?
Like, do you agree, disagree with some
First
of
of
those
all,
points?
I agree with those statements.
You
Right.
guys really think
For-
that?
let me
I mean,
say
but
this.
let the men talk.
Listen,
Wow.
I agree with those statements of how in this world that's what it is,
Okay.
right? But that's the beauty of being a man, because you could overcome all of that. See, what it means for
Talk your
me to
shit.
be a man is I'm a leader. All I heard was a leader. Only thing I heard was a
I'm
man.
gonna listen.
Wait.
I got
You
no
heard-
comments.
You heard a leader when was it? When they said like
They're not good enough?
Yeah, the first one that I
Yeah,
have.
that's what happens. The biggest room in the house is room for improvement.
That's
So,
true.
which is a chapter in my book, and
That y'all gotta go get.
and
March 30th.
The pre-orders coming out soon. We're gonna get
Yo,
to that.
send the
though.
link. Send the link.
I got
We
you.
copping it.
So what it means is that no, the biggest room in the house is room for improvement. You only have 15 minutes to enjoy the success, because right after that, your woman is, her nature is to want more. Her nature is, your woman could be complaining with you, baby, we need to make $100,000 a year. You make $100,000 a year, that's good for 6 months. Because guess what's gonna happen? She gonna say, baby, we need to make 150. And then guess what? If he really loves you, he's gonna bring back the universe to you. And even then, now you're gonna say, I need two. So at the end of the day, like, but this is,
It's not good enough, but it pushes you.
That means you ain't good enough though.
No, it's
listen,
not necessarily that.
But it's the feeling that we get. See, it's
But it can also be like, because we think that you are good enough, we want you to be more because we know you can do more.
Well, that's my point.
You don't want us
Doesn't
to
feel
think
like
There's no limit to what we can do,
that's true.
which is why it's never good enough.
But
So,
why does it feel like it's not good
It
enough?
might
And
be
it
good
doesn't
enough
feel
for that
like
time. See, you could be good for that time, but that was today. It's not good enough tomorrow. Because
But why don't y'all think about it like, oh, she's trying to motivate me or push me? Why is it?
Because she
the
knows I
feeling
can
is
do
not
it.
You know
good
why?
enough?
Because you're still going through it. You're still the emotions.
Okay.
And how
That's
are
true.
you conveying that you trying to motivate me? Are you really motivating me, or are you complaining?
I think it's
in
the
it?
delivery on the wife. Okay.
That's my point.
The delivery is important. yes.
Delivery is definitely
Yeah.
key. So you have all of that takes in play, right? So I seen this, I forgot what movie was it, but this woman, beautiful sister, I forgot her name, but she looked at her husband and put the tie on him and said, babe, you're going to get this job. You are a king. You are X, Y, and Z. And man, I know haven't watched the whole movie, but I could bet you $1 he got that goddamn job.
He got that job.
Right?
Because
Yo,
she believed
100%.
in him. She
Because
believed in him.
These are the things that a man, and
Needs.
ladies, you should not just talk like that when you're happy. Talk like that even when you're mad. Because your attitude determines your altitude, even in the house. And regardless of the fact, like, what it means to me to be a man is one who overcomes all obstacles that is in his path. All obstacles, not some, not out of 199, but we overcome all obstacles that are in our path. And sometimes people don't ask the male lion, is he okay?
That's true.
When a male lion comes back after he done circulate his range and came back to the lioness, they ain't asking him, is he okay?
They always assume he's okay.
Everyone assumes that he okay. Why? Because he's he's setting a standard.
Yeah.
And when you set this certain standard and continue on growing in your standards, because one thing for certain, if you're not growing as a man, your woman will catch up to you. And when if she's looking eye to, women don't
that's
respect
true.
men that they see down or eye to eye with. If she's not looking up, like she can't learn from you, that relationship is damn near over.
Really?
Yeah,
She can learn from you?
Women don't.
Yeah.
Women don't. You have exceptions to the rule, but for majority of the time, women don't stay with men that they can't learn from.
That's true.
That's
Because how are you growing? You learning from some man teaching you,
It ain't him. It ain't him.
and if it ain't him, some man is teaching you.
Who is it?
Went left quick.
See, y'all want us to only feel the good part. He's motivating, but we also feel the nagging. See,
Okay.
everything in the universe is, you got yin and yang. So I'm not just getting the good parts of you, but I'm also getting the bad part. But you don't want me to talk about the bad part.
But
you only want
sometimes-
me to say, oh, that brother or whoever wrote that was only mentioning the bad side, but it's also a good side. I just heard a leader though.
Okay.
That's development and molding. Those are trials to develop a leader. And one going to overcome all of that. And every time you thought that you getting over, or every time you thought that you can push certain emotions, I don't show you that. I don't show you the, or when you might see me at my weakest point, because your woman will see you at your weakest point, you see me overcome those obstacles. And that's what makes you
And not
respect
stay
me
there.
even more. 100%. If you don't run after an argument.
Do you have anything to add to any like pros?
Like, did they hit all the spots?
Yeah, anything he
I
missed?
mean, it's a lot. He gave all the negatives. I think that it means to
Right, add some positives. Bring
I
us
think- I
back,
mean,
y'all. Like,
I-
we ain't even that bad.
both.
Women don't get enough credit, y'all.
It's both.
We
Women-
are both, but we don't get
listen.
enough credit.
Y'all think y'all get a lot of credit. Look what happens on Mother's Day. Look what happens on Father's Day. Look what happens on Christmas.
Give
Look
us a
what
like your father.
Listen, I don't even celebrate
He's a
holidays.
father.
I don't even celebrate holidays, but look what happens on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Look what happens on birthdays.
Damn, these
Look
are
what
all,
happens-
These are all holidays we don't even celebrate. Like,
And listen,
I mean, a lot of women think that, 365 days of the year, they do it all for the men in many different ways. A lot of women, not me.
I'm trying to figure. I'm sorry.
they do.
I'm trying to catch it. I'm like, how
they
did
do.
How
Like
did
they do a lot, whether it's like caring for them in many different ways.
yeah.
All right, let's talk about good men. So the good men, right? And it's a lot of us. Contrary
Okay.
to what people, contrary to what people say, right? So
I love the confidence.
Right?
Yes.
the men, even if he don't have it, we're not talking about the exceptions to the rule, because everybody want a man that makes $100,000 a year. But come on, let's be realistic here. And let me just say, for the black race, I'm gonna just say, right? Stop the shenanigans. The average black man makes around 40-something thousand a year, right? So now, and it's okay,
tough out here.
because money management. 'Cause I know people who make 40,000 a year, but they live better than people who make 100,000 a year.
Facts.
Because just because you make the money doesn't mean you good money management,
Yeah.
right? I've seen a lot of rich people go broke, in other words, right? And if your man is taking care of you, right? Even if y'all going, just say right now, y'all have to go 50-50 on bills, right? He's going 50 on bills, and with you, or just maybe bring a little bit more, whatever. But the main, every time y'all might be going 50-50 on bills, but every time y'all go out, he takes care of that. Every time it's vacation, he take care of that. So yeah, you might you might be going 50-50 on bills because he's not in a financial. He's not financially stable yet to do that, but every time it's to go out and stuff like that,
He got it.
He got it. And when Christmas come around, he got to get you he got to your gift. The gift he gives you got to be better than the gift that you give him, right? In his mind, he has to think. This is how we're programmed.
Yeah, men
So,
are tired of socks, y'all.
When women don't do nothing for men on Valentine's Day, even though they say it's about love, so a lot of times it's the man got to deck out the hotel with candles.
Not because
and the
we
whole
do
nine yards.
it for the other 364 for y'all birthday. We
That's
do
cap.
it. We do
No,
it.
there
That's
are
cap.
women
That's
out
not
here
cap. That's not
that
cap.
there are women
That's-
out here that do it for
You
men. They
mentioned
book the
you
hotel.
mentioned exceptions to the rules. I'm not saying women don't buy their man's gifts. I'm not saying that.
Shout out to
ladies.
those
percentage that
queens.
do.
I can see
There's a
people
percentage.
screaming through the show. I buy my man. Who are you trying to tell me?
You're not talking about me. He bugging. I got a good man. I treat him right.
Okay, so let's hit trendy number 2. This one is for the bad men. Okay.
Okay.
A woman says, "Let your men cheat in peace. God is going to deal with him." So what I got to say to that?
Let your man.
This is also
cheat
from
in
the
peace.
spiritual world.
Okay. So
God is going to deal with him.
Oh, they were
Well,
spiritual today.
well,
Finally.
that is a true statement,
You agree?
right? I don't know. I look at it like I don't think that any woman should be a dummy. Let me just make this perfectly clear here. I don't think that any woman should be a dummy. But let me ask you a question.
What do you mean by dummy? Like being played and stuff,
Gullible?
or looking
No,
foolish?
I don't think anyone should allow anyone to cheat on them and not say nothing,
I subscribe.
right?
Yeah, because I felt like.
However, I don't
saying
look.
don't say nothing.
I think that what that mean is stop searching for stuff.
Oh,
That's
'Cause you
what I
won't find
think.
something?
That's what they're trying to say,
that's not how I took it.
right? I just look at it like when they say cheat in peace, as in Stop. Really, in reality, you don't know he's cheating unless a girl called your phone. That's one thing.
Nah. Natasha be searching. She be knowing.
But this is my point. You probably reading everything. You in.
I've always said I check phones. I do.
See, I can't live like that.
Same.
It's not a toxic thing.
It's not.
No,
that's
not
how you see it.
No, that isn't. You insecure about the relationship.
What?
First of all, no, it's true, but
no.
Damn, I was about to defend you, Natasha.
Can we call a spade a spade? Like, listen, if you're searching through any man or woman searching through each other's phone, you're insecure about something.
I think that's what the Bible says. Seek and you shall find.
And I'm not cheating. I don't cheat. When I got
Black men
married,
don't cheat. That's what they say.
No, when I got married, I didn't cheat at all. So you can search all through you want.
So before you got married, you was cheating.
I'm single unless I'm married. So it's like, nah. But yes, I would definitely say yes. I definitely did, and then I came clean.
Yeah.
Right. I threw all my cards out there. And I didn't cheat. Like when I got married, I took it real serious. No games. Everything was out in the open. So I think listening to that, I think that they saying that stop searching. I know what people say. It's always it's a woman's intuition. The whole
it's true.
Right?
Yo, we be knowing
because men have that too. Women be acting like that's just designed for them.
Wait. Men have an intuition too, for real?
Oh, men no.
Wait, an intuition regarding what though? Like I need to know.
Men
like if women cheat, y'all be knowing or
any
what?
Man that's paying attention to his woman knows we know when you acting different. You can't help but to act different. Especially when you cheating with the same person over and over again. Because now you start acting like the person who you dealing with.
Who you cheating with.
Women reflects light. So the key, what gives y'all off is you start talking different. You're like, what is this language? It don't sound like your friends. We know when men knows when you talking, it comes out your mouth. They know what friend you was talking to. They know the whole 9 yards. So when you sound different than the circle, then it's like,
damn, this intuition better than ours, Natasha.
No, but it's the truth. So it's not that it's better. It's just paying attention to yourself and your surroundings. Like you, my woman, we've been together for some time. Like,
I do think that when women start talking to another man, they start to get like bothered by the men they're with. Like I've heard a lot of women tell me that. Like anything they do, it's just like,
of course.
This guy was breathing near me, yo.
100%. Because then next thing you know, you don't want to. You creating arguments to get free to start texting or calling. You start all of this happens. We
don't know. I've never experienced such a thing, really. Like
Capiana.
I don't know about you, Natasha. But
I ain't know you work for Liz. Liz, you work for Liz? All that capping you doing right now. Don't do that. Listen, that uniform don't look good on you, sis. I like the green turtleneck. Don't throw that Liz. Nah, but I like men you got to pay attention to your woman. And the number one problem with men is, and the reason why men go crazy, because they think it can't happen to them. Until it does. When you hear a man be like, until it does, like you think it can't happen to you. And so now I'm not searching for it, and I'm also don't think that it can't happen to me. I know it can happen to me.
But then you don't know how to handle it, right?
No,
men don't really know how to handle.
That's not true.
I feel like
y'all don't get cheated.
No. If they do get cheated on that much, they would not.
Y'all don't get cheated on that much. No, they do.
Women
are careful, okay? Women are careful. Y'all might not know.
Just don't. That's my point. But men do know. It's not that we don't know.
Oh, because the intuition.
See, y'all don't really realize it's like this. See, if a man tells another man or his friends, I got cheated on, he's done with you. Men don't tell their friends that they get cheated on.
Men don't know how to handle getting cheated on.
No, it's not.
They don't know how to handle it.
No,
Men get
what it
cheated
is,
on.
we need to go through the what it is. First of all, I'm not telling any man that you need to be dealing with the woman that's cheating on you. I just want to make that perfectly clear here. But we're not going to lie and act like that men don't go back with women that have been cheating on them. So sometimes men logic is this, especially early on. Or sometimes we be like, listen, we fresh out. He still got chicks that he got to get rid of, and you still got dudes that you got to get rid of. He's not even looking for it. Anything that, you understand what I'm saying? He's not even looking for it. So
it's the early stages.
It's the early, we try to justify it in every way that we can to deal with you.
He said it's draft day.
No, it's I'm just keeping all the way on. Dudes be lying. Men just don't admit or won't tell nobody that they got cheated on while y'all run y'all mouths.
I never got cheated on, at least not that I know of. Like, you knew you got cheated on. You just ain't want to say it.
And he ain't supposed to say it. Why do he need to tell you?
I mean, he don't.
I feel like women do run their mouth, but maybe like the first time.
Because y'all really don't know how to deal with it.
The second time?
Because y'all
we know how to deal with it. Because that's like, you know.
Y'all tell you, soon you get cheated on, you make it all big, all on the internet, telling everybody.
And then when we get back with them, when they get back with them, they're like, you know what? He's changed. It was a mistake.
Yeah,
100%. He does it again. That's when we don't bring it up.
And
the second time. That's it.
No, you bring it up. You just don't say. I mean, you bring it up. You keep taking the same. I heard
when
this.
he says he's not talking about us.
He don't, right.
I heard this old lady
we don't
say,
do that. Not no more.
I heard this older woman say, women don't leave a man for cheating. Women leave a man for cheating too much.
Yo, the things you be hearing. Who you be hanging out with?
Hey, and the funny thing is, when you look on the divorce rate, what is the number one reason for divorce?
Cheating.
Isn't it like failing to comprehend each other, irreconcilable differences?
Finance?
Oh, really?
Finance. Oh. It's not even cheating. And sometimes
I took my lawyer book
sometimes every year it changes the 2 and 3rd spot from adultery. Cheating is like but for many years it was number 3 on the list. It wasn't even number 2 on the list. But that goes back and forth from 2 and 3. Yeah. But that's not even a number one
But that
thing.
has to deal with like education and like women's opportunities and stuff like that. They needed a man to do certain things because, you know, they couldn't go to school, they couldn't have jobs, so they had to like support each other some way, somehow. If I got to deal with some cheating, I'm gonna deal with some cheating, yo.
No, why? Nothing. That's not true. Women always had a better position.
Back then,
in our community. What are you talking about? Welfare been out for a long time. Women, I mean, men. Well, they've been in the system. Listen, they've been in the system. Let's be clear. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Where he laid his hat was his home. He has children all over the place, right? This is the song in the what's that? The 60s or 70s, right? I think the 70s. This was the song. So he had children by multiple women in many different areas. A lot of these women were single. He stayed with big grandma. You just lucky if he stayed with your grandmother, right? No, it's the truth, right? So he stayed with big grandma but he has children in other places. These men leaning on the system. Our women from the South, our grandmothers from the South came up to North New York and New Jersey working as a nurse's aide. They was working inside these hospitals, right? They've been getting to it. So we make it seem like,
but they weren't getting paid the same.
Well, no.
All right, you mean the U.S. I mean like third world countries, like I don't know, DR or other Caribbean. I
can't speak on other countries.
I can speak on that.
I don't know how that thing go, but I do know women also had, because the South is kind of like being in the third world country. The South, right? In the South, like my family's from the country, cotton fields, sugar cane, picking pecans, etc., like living off the land.
We got those too
right?
in DR.
This is my point. Which is why, like, me being in third world countries, and a lot of times people from like the Caribbean and Hispanic countries, they be like, oh, it's different when you're in the countries. I'd be like, bro, I've been in your country. It's the same thing in the South. Like, it's that you looking at the northern people. You looking at the city and thinking that all black people aren't the same from the South or the North. It's different. So, like, grandma always been living off the land. Like, that's what you got to understand. Like, they've been growing their food in the back. Like, and they had little grapevines, making their own wine, the whole 9 yards. Like, we understand that. So, you know, and I understand. But back in the day, they was more together. It was more solid. Mm-hmm. See, we could talk about the results. You know what it is? Our women want the results of being together long term of back in the day, but they don't want to go through the same thing that they did back in the day. And I think
like accepting cheating. And...
and I don't think, I'm not talking about accepting cheating, because Big Grandma didn't accept cheating either. It's not that she accepted cheating. We look at it because she stayed with him she accepted cheating. And that's just not true. We make it seem like our grandmothers was weak, our big grandmas was weak, and they didn't have nowhere to go. That is a lie. That's not the truth. That's a narrative because you've seen your mother hurt or grandma hurt at certain times of your life, and you want to know why she stayed with grandpa. Like, you wanted her to leave grandpa because you thought that she would be okay. I remember I was watching Love and Basketball, and I watched Sanaa Lathan, her mom. She was getting on her mom about her accepting being, I guess, either arguments or being cheated on. That was the thing. And she said, you should have never, you should have, something about she should have left. And her mother slapped her and says, I stayed because of you. What brought
sacrifices.
She said, because you wasn't happy. She said, I was happy. I was happy seeing my children happy. Yeah. She no longer, that's what made her happy. You thought cooking didn't make grandma happy, but grandma was working out the problems in her mind while cooking. That was therapy for her. You thought that was a chore, but that's what she wanted to do. You thought that doing laundry, you thought that laundry was a chore, but that's what she wanted to do. While she was pressing your clothes, your little dresses, she was thinking about her problems and how to deal with what was the best manner to deal with a situation that she was going through. So she was releasing stress during that process.
I be doing that when I do laundry.
But now you grow up thinking that that's a chore. No, that's just something that was therapy to big grandma. Now, that might not be a therapy for you, and that's all fine. But don't knock her or shame women for dealing with what they choose to deal with. You just worry about what you can deal with.
Period.
And that's that on that.
Nah, I feel like a lot of people don't realize that. That's true, though.
But men need to be men. I say the same thing because I'm about holding accountability. Number one, in the end, we're taught in the nation that regardless, whatever happens in a relationship, in the end, is always the man's fault. In the end. And the reason being is because you're supposed to be the leader. So if you're the captain of the ship, and that ship, something happens on the ship, it might not been the captain who actually did it. But you're the captain. You're the captain. You are the last person that gets off that ship. You make sure everyone is safe is first. So that's the mindset, and you got to take ownership. You got to take leadership. Yeah. Because if it go right, you want the praise.
Right.
If it go right,
if it go wrong, why you don't want that?
100%, you got to accept it.
That's true.
Fact.
And that doesn't take accountability from the woman. That's not saying that women aren't wrong for being a part of it. Because sometimes when people hear that, they think, yeah, see? You heard what the brother said? Nah, you got some BS. We're not excusing you of your BS. But in the end, we just taking account a part of what it means to be a man.
That
was also
nice
part of your book.
Back.
That's also part of the book.
Accountability, okay?
That was a nice way to circle back. That was dope.
Oh, praise.
All right, so we come to the end of the podcast, but I do want to play a quick game.
Okay.
Would you rather? Would you rather say everything that's in your mind or never speak again? So even the cruel stuff,
Say that again.
Would you rather say everything that's in your mind or never speak again?
Would I rather say everything that's in my mind or never speak again?
Yeah. I feel like it's tough. It's tough because
I would have to say everything that's in my mind.
Why?
I'd rather someone to learn and understand the way I think, because then I can learn.
Ooh.
See, if I keep things distant to myself in my mind, I could still learn. I will learn at a slower pace.
That's true.
I agree. That's a fact.
I would probably go with the other one just cause.
Never speak again?
Yeah. Because sometimes when you speak too much, like, it's not really what you say. It's like, the comprehension behind it. Like, are people going to understand it? Or you just talking like it's going in through one ear, coming out the other. So you're just wasting your breath kind of thing. So, yeah.
So you think, what about you?
I agree with you. Saying everything that's on my mind just because, F it,
So do I, because that's what I do on the regular. But I just wanted to, see how the other half lives.
Yeah, because I feel like if I keep it all inside, mentally, I'm going to go crazy. And, yeah, I've been crazy before, so I just rather not go back to that hole.
Now you saying.
Yeah, now I'm back.
So you say.
I'm saying.
Okay.
What separates us from every other species in the world is that we
Okay.
have opposing thumbs.
Oh, that's true.
Why you have it's to challenge everything else. So that's the reason why I want to communicate, because I get to be challenged.
We love a challenge.
Facts.
Gentle challenges, though.
So that's it for our podcast.
Yes.
Thank you for coming today. I feel like we learned a lot.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm
Yo,
glad you
shout outs to
talk
the
your shit.
kids. Who knew we were for the kids? Yo, they stay, was quiet,
They were-
paying attention, focused. Wow.
They're halfway here.
Zoe,
They're
Zoe, Kamaya, Karima. That's my babies. Karima, Kamaya, my twins.
They're so cute.
Zoe, they all tired.
Shout out to them for sticking through.
Fresh out of school, they with daddy.
Aw.
And I just wanted to say I really appreciate y'all for really inviting me to coming out.
Thanks for showing up.
I definitely this was dope. This is really dope.
We want our
appreciate it.
guests to have, an amazing experience, whether it's, on camera, behind the scenes. Like, we
Yeah.
just want it to be a vibe and for us to come talk our
Yeah, and I'm glad you said yes and came. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
wanna-
yeah,
can I-
love this
can I-
episode.
Can I just say shout out to again 8 at the table. Shout out
Shout out
to
to 8 at the table.
Shout out to Alan.
my co-host Gene from 2 More Than 98. I just want to shout out to everybody who support y'all show, and shout out to those who support me. The book is coming out on my birthday. Pre-orders will be
March
here.
30, 2022.
March 30th, 2022. Pre-order starts right after New Year's, and I'm gonna be.
Yeah, we're gonna
trying to
leave
do a
all the
tour.
links.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a tour, a book tour.
What?
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
fire.
I'm trying to do a book tour, fly into many different cities. Or really, I want to old school it. Jump in a rent a car and drive to different states,
Road
different
trip.
cities, road
Nice.
trip, and just because this book is very important. And I never thought I would write a book. People have been telling me to write book. Yo, bro, you got to put it in a book, and I neglected it for so many years, and now finally it's
coming to life.
Nice.
mine as well, right?
That's
Yeah.
fire. That's
So
fire.
yeah, remember to follow us at Talk Your Shit Pod on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all that good stuff. Our personal accounts at Stephany MX3.
Barcasel.
Do you want to leave your?
Yes, sir. Rashaan Ali, and my website is www.rashaanali.com.
And check them out at 8 at the table.
Check me out at
Yes.
8 at the table.
Check out his
Definitely.
book that's gonna drop soon. The pre-order link, all that good stuff. And remember
working.
remember to follow our amazing producer Gabriel at Producer Ghana, at Learn Filmmaking, at Elephant Network, at Ghana Pictures, all that good stuff. And remember that we talk our shit now.
So you can talk your shit later. Bye.
Bye.